So the Saints were 7-10 last year. Some notable losses that Andy Dalton, Mark Ingram, Jarvis Landry, Marcus Davenport, Sky Tuttle, David Onyemata, and Caden Ellis. A lot of notable additions this year. Derek Carr, Jamal Williams, Kendre Miller, Foster Moreau, Jimmy Graham, Isaiah Foskey, Brian Bresee, Nathan Shefford, and Kalen Saunders. Their strength of schedule last year was tied for the seventh, and in 2023, they'll be the second easiest schedule in the entire league. Um, there's also a possible Alvin Kamara suspension. He could be suspended. He could possibly not be suspended, but who knows? They still have Jamal Williams. So, what do we think about the Saints?
I actually really like the Saints to win this division because I, as a Chiefs fan, I'll say I like Derek Carr. I truly don't think he was the problem with the Raiders, and I'm hoping going to that new team he'll be able to kind of find his groove. And Kalen Saunders on defensive tackle will be pretty good, just giving them a little more depth so they can step up on defense. And then Jimmy Graham coming back could he's anything like he was the first time he played there. They're going to be a decent offense.
On paper, they're the division winners already. Um, but you know, let's uh let's play the games first there, Jordan. He's already got his trophy case shined. No, I mean Derek Carr, I mean, he's obviously a huge improvement for what they've had since Breeze has been gone. I don't care what anybody says about, Winston. He was average tier at best, and Derek Carr is above that. So um yeah, it's a big upgrade at quarterback, and yeah, I mean it's their division right now. Unless, like we said, Bryce Young just has this totally freak year and Carolina comes out of nowhere, or New Orleans has some kind of freak injury. It's it's their division to lose, and I don't know how much of an accomplishment that is for the NFC South, but congratulations.
Yeah, I will say this. Jimmy Graham's probably not going to be do anything with, I think, sadly. Jawan Johnson's coming back. I'm shocked actually. Jawan Johnson came back. Um, Taysom Hill technically listed as a tight end. At this point, I'm just going to call him an athlete. He's in the athlete position, whatever you want to call him, the Weapon X position. I don't know. Um, I've always been not a fan of Derek Carr. I've always thought he's very underrated. The year he was like an MVP candidate before his injury. That was his best year. I don't think we've seen that Derek Carr since. Derek Carr is definitely right now he's in the average tier, but he also has never been able to work with a good team before. He's never I saw he hasn't had a top 20 defense before. That's sad. That's sad to be at this point in your career and not have a top 20 defense. Who his best receiver's been since he entered the league? Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, um,
Well, he had Devontae for a
Devontae
year.
Adams, Devontae last year, yeah. Um, Now he's got Michael Thomas, Chris Olave. If Michael Thomas can stay healthy, I love that whole receiving core. Um, Olave's been better than I thought he would be. Um, I think so. The one issue that we had last year was coaching. I'm shocked Dennis Allen didn't get fired. And running between between the guard and the center was very hard last year. I think it's because we needed a fullback. I think at the end of the day we need a fullback. I think it's such a stupid thing to say, but this year we added a fullback. I don't remember who it was. Adam Prentice. He was a tight end fullback. So he's probably going to be in there at fullback the entire time. And we had Jamal Williams for that purpose. I love that addition. Um, It'll give Kamara some relief, mix in Taysom Hill with runs. I love that. Defense last year was top five statistically. The worst part of the defense was the run game, and we go add Brian Bresee, Nathan Shefford, Kalen Saunders. A lot of pretty. solid defensive tackles. A lot of depth there. I see a lot of depth. They don't have to be the best defensive tackles in the world, but I just being big bodies in the middle of that defensive line, that's perfect. That's all we need. Because we got Cameron Jordan coming off the edge. Cameron Jordan's going to do a lot of great things. Demario Davis is this is a this is probably my favorite roster I've seen since 2017, 2018. We lost to the Rams in the NFC Championship game. That was probably my favorite year or favorite roster overall. But this year I'm not saying this is a Super Bowl team. This is not a Super Bowl team. Um, unless somehow if Derek Carr returns to his MVP form, then we could be looking at a much better Saints team than we've seen in years past. I think just the number one issue that might hold this team back is the fact that Dennis Allen is the head coach. Um, I know he's a great defensive mind, but hopefully he can. Hopefully that offense can just do better than they did last year. I'm just glad Derek Carr's the quarterback. Probably, I'm assuming. I think we get 10 wins. I think 10-7 is. I think that's just what we might do. Um, that's kind of my middle ground right now. We might do better if Derek Carr plays a lot better. Um, might do worse if an injury happens or coaching. So.